Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today inshallah junior 6 we are gonna to discuss together our lesson which is talking about excretion. First of all, you should know that there are two types of wastes inside your body, and your body must get rid of it outside. The first one is called solid wastes. Now let's talk about the solid wastes, and this type of wastes produced from where? If you remember from junior 4, digested food inside the stomach moved to the small intestine, this part, okay? And then the blood carried the digested food from the small intestine to all the body cells, okay? And leave these wastes inside the small intestine, which stored inside the large intestine till the body get rid of it, and this is called feces or stools. Okay, so again, digested food in the small intestine absorbed, and the blood carried this digested food to all the body cells and leave the wastes till the wastes move and stored inside the large intestine till the body get rid of it through the rectum and then outside the body. Okay, and this waste, the junior 6, the human body can't absorb or even digest it, because the blood absorb all the nutrients and all the good materials or components inside this digested food and leave the wastes that the body doesn't need it. Okay, I have also another picture here about the large intestine and the solid waste stored inside it. You can see the brown material. Yes, this brown substance is called solid waste. Okay, so solid wastes stored, as you can see, in the large intestine till the body get rid of it. This is the first type of wastes. The second type, excretory materials. So what are the two types of wastes inside your body? Yes, number 1, solid wastes. Number 2, excretory materials. Again, the two types of wastes are solid wastes and excretory materials. I said solid wastes produced from where? From, yes, excellent. After the blood carry the digested food to the body cells, it leaves the wastes, and this waste stored inside the large intestine till the body get rid of it, and this is called solid wastes or feces or stools. Okay, another type of waste called excretory materials. What about this type, and they come from where? Now I said this is our body cell. Okay, the blood, I said, carry what and what? Carry digested food and the oxygen, if you remember, in the respiratory system. Carry digested food and oxygen to the cell. Okay, what happened inside the cell? Excellent. The oxygen burn the digested food and produce, who remember? Yes, excellent, produce energy. So oxygen burn the digested food inside the cell and produce energy, and also produce wastes. Yes. So what are the products from this process, burning the digested food inside the cell? Twice. Number 1, energy. Number 2, wastes. And this type of waste is called excretory materials. So excretory materials come from where? from burning the digested food inside the body cells. Only wastes? No, we have also energy produced from this burning. Okay? But only I want to explain the excretory materials that produced from this process. Okay? So now let's define excretory materials together. They are waste materials that produced inside the body cells from area junior 6 from burning the digested food by oxygen. Okay? And our body must get rid of them. This process, what I said now, the name of this process called excretion process. Called excretion process. So who can define excretion process from what I said? It is the process without looking to the page junior 6. It is the process by which the body can get rid of the excretory materials. So our body can get rid of excretory materials through a process called excretion process. Excretion process. And this process junior 6 occur through special organs called excretory organs. So now I must differentiate between three: excretory materials, excretory organs, and the excretion process. Pay attention. Excretory materials, they are materials or waste materials that produced from or inside the body cells from burning the digested food, as I said, and the body must get rid of them through special type of organs or special organs called excretory organs. And this process called excretion process. So now understand what I want to say. The three points I must differentiate between them. Okay? Okay. Now let's talk about this excretory materials in details. But before I talk about the components, okay, or the types, the excretory materials contain harmless materials and poisonous materials. What is the difference? Harmless materials, the body can't use them. Okay, while the poisonous materials, the body must get rid of them because they are very harmful on our health. Okay, if our body doesn't get rid of them quickly, they are very harmful. Okay, okay. Now let's talk about the excretory materials. Number one, like what? These materials like what? Like carbon dioxide and water vapor. Again, carbon dioxide and water vapor. So the first example on the excretory materials is carbon dioxide and water vapor. If you remember also the respiratory system, when we inhale oxygen, that oxygen enter inside your lungs during inhalation process, and exhalation process, it is the process by which carbon dioxide get outside the body. You remember? Yes, this is carbon dioxide and water vapor is one of the excretory materials that our body must get rid of them. How our body get rid of these materials or these wastes? Through an excretory organ called lungs. Lungs. The lung, an excretory organ called lung. So your body get rid of carbon dioxide and water vapor as excretory materials, okay, through excretory organ called the lungs, and the process called exhalation, if you remember. Okay, so now what I said, junior 6, I said there are two types of wastes inside your body. The first one is solid wastes. The second one is excretory materials. So now I have a question. Write the scientific term. It is the waste, a type of wastes that produced from burning digested food by oxygen inside the cell. Yes, excellent. Excretory materials. Second question. This type of waste stored inside the large intestine till the body get rid of it. Excellent. Solid wastes. Okay? Return back to our point. Examples of excretory materials. The first one is carbon dioxide gas and water vapor. Number 2 is nitrogenous wastes. Number 2 is called nitrogenous wastes. Between brackets, urea and uric acid. This is the name of these substances. Urea and uric acid. So again, nitrogenous wastes, urea and uric acids. This type of waste produced from breaking down or digestion of proteins. When you eat protein and protein is digested, okay, nitrogenous waste is produced. Okay, I have a question here. Protein is necessary? We must eat protein or eat food contain proteins? Yes, of course. Protein is very necessary, junior Cs. But necessary in what or important in what? Number 1, in growth. It helps your body to grow from being baby, child, teenager, adult, and so on. Okay? So number 1, proteins, very important or necessary for growth. And number 2, for repairing damaged tissues. If you have, like this picture, an injured skin, okay, existence of protein inside your body help in repairing new tissue instead of the damaged one. Okay. Now my question is how our body can get rid of these nitrogenous wastes. If you remember the first one, who can remember me? Our body can get rid of carbon dioxide and water vapor through, excellent, the 2 lungs. Yes, while our body can get rid of nitrogenous wastes, the second type of excretory materials, through another excretory organ called the kidney. So what is the name of the excretory organ here? The 2 kidneys. And these in the picture, the 2 kidneys. If you have a look to the picture, yes, this is the 2 kidneys. Our body get rid of nitrogenous wastes, urea and uric acid, through the 2 kidneys. In the form of what? In the form of urine. And urine is a yellow liquid or fluid, okay, collected by the 2 kidneys and contain these wastes. And this urine go from the 2 kidneys through tubes and until the body get rid of it outside. And this system called urinary system, we will talk about it inshallah in the next lesson. Okay. Again, number 3, excess salt and water. Excess salt and water from what? From the excretory materials. If you remember, excretory materials, number 1 was, yes, excellent, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Number 2, nitrogenous waste. Number 3, excess salt and excess water. Okay, and the body take its needs from the salt and water, and the excess amount our body must get rid of it through twice. Number 1, through the skin. Our body get rid of the excess salts and the excess water through the skin in the form of sweat. If you look to this picture. This is, yes, this is a picture of skin has sweat. Okay, so your body get rid of excess salt and excess water through what? Through the skin, in the form of what? In the form of a sweat. So what is the meaning of a sweat? Who can define sweat? Sweat is a fluid, liquid. This liquid contain the excess salt and the excess water. يبقى again, what is meant by sweat? Sweat is a fluid or liquid contains excess salt and the excess water. And this sweat or this liquid produced from where? Secreted from where? From the sweat glands. Small parts inside your skin. Okay? Or under this layer, the skin. Called sweat glands. So what is the meaning of sweat glands? Sorry. Sweat glands, they are special type of glands, okay, inside your skin produce the sweat. Now junior 6, I have a question. Why the sweat has salty taste? Because it contains excess salt and water. A liquid contains salt, so its taste will be sweaty or salty. Of course salty. Excellent. But why we must drink more clean water? Because in summer, especially in summer, because in summer we produced more sweat, so we must compensate this sweat or this water by drinking clean water. Return back again to the excess salt and water. I said we have two ways of getting rid of this excess salt and water. The first one through the skin in the form of sweat, as I said now. And the second way by or through the urinary system. Urinary system. Look to this picture, junior 6. This picture is urinary system. As I said now, the two kidneys and the tubes and the bladder. Okay, the kidneys collect this excess salt and the excess water from the blood, and also collect the nitrogenous waste, if you remember, nitrogenous waste, and get rid of these wastes in the form of urine. Okay, outside the body, of course. From what I said, junior 6, we can conclude what are the excretory materials. Define excretory materials. They are organs. These organs, what about their function? Responsible for the function of these organs, getting rid of excretory materials which are produced from burning the food inside the body cells. Okay, like what? Like, as I said, the skin, the two lungs, and the two kidneys. Okay, the last one here, or the last point here, the skin is one of the excretory organs. Right or wrong? Of course, right. The skin is one of the excretory organs. Remember or pay attention, not excretory materials. The skin is one of the excretory organs. Yes, because we can get rid of excess salt and excess water through the skin in the form of what? In the form of urine. Sweat. Again, we can get rid of excess salt and the excess water in the form of sweat through what? Through the skin. So again, let's quickly make a small revision on what we said. I said that there are two types of wastes inside your body. Number one called solid wastes, number two called excretory materials. Okay, solid wastes stored inside the large intestine till the body get rid of it. Excretory materials, wastes produced from burning digested food inside the cell through excretory organs by excretion process. Excretory materials like number one carbon dioxide, gas and water vapor, and and our body get rid of these wastes through the lungs during exhalation. Number two, nitrogenous waste, urea and uric acid, and this produced from breaking down the proteins which is necessary for growth and repairing the damaged tissues. And our body get rid of nitrogenous waste, urea and uric acid, through the two kidneys. Yes, the two kidneys, in the form of what? In the form of urine. Number three, excess salt and excess water, and our body get rid of them through number one, the skin in the form of sweat, and number two, through the urinary system or the two kidneys in the form of urine. Okay, thank you for watching this video, Junior 6.